All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Land of the Lustrous, Episode 1.
A new show.
Yeah, very new
decided
show.
by Caleb.
Yes, we're replacing After the Rain. We will be doing all of Land of the Lustrous. It's a wonderfully 3D, fully 3D show.
Yep.
And it's apparently
really good.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I that was enough for me to have people be like, hey, is this show actually good, story wise and stuff though? And they're like, yeah, check it out, it's good. It's good. And it's been on a lot of polls, but it has not won any
or been super close to winning many.
Really? I think if anything it came in second once, maybe, and it was then really far behind. So this show is the next in our list of shows where Jacob and I alternate on the Tuesday slots, just choosing a short, good show that
we really want to watch.
We don't think it has any chance of winning a poll anytime soon, but we want to watch it now. So Land of the Lustrous is the first one. And yeah, I know that there are characters in here that are named after gems. Like Steven Universe. And that's all I know. Other than that, it's fully 3D.
Cool.
And I can't wait to watch it. Anything you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, as for what I'm excited about, I just want to see how they do the facial expressions mainly with the characters in 3D, because doing scenery and stuff, that's a lot easier.
Totally.
Right? But doing facial expressions and having those subtleties and whatnot, I can imagine that'd be a lot harder.
Right.
So
that makes sense. I also heard that Into the Spider-Verse consulted with some of the people behind this show in order to figure out how to blend their 3D and 2D animation.
Right, and that movie did a great job, especially with the subtleties and stuff for the character faces and just everything. So
I don't know exactly what that was, but that's really awesome. And we recently saw Into the Spider-Verse for the first time.
And it was amazing.
Awesome. So, y'all, new show. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everyone, we're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. The moon. Moonza.
Okay.
Nice.
Very pretty.
Oh.
Love the music.
Uh-huh. Whoa.
Okay.
So someone kind of being sad in a cave. Oh. Okay. Time for work. Cool. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. This is
we're getting flexed on, Jacob.
Gorgeous.
Phos?
Adamant, of course.
Nice. Gem hair.
All right.
Cool. In battle.
Okay.
Okay, Morga, Gosh, and Phos. Cool.
Okay. I really like how they have the light getting refracted through the hair and then coloring her shoulders.
Okay, this world is interesting.
So are they at some kind of battle school or something?
The sounds of Oh.
This guy totally won't end up being a bad guy.
Phosphorylate. Full name.
Yeah.
Phosphophylite. Phos for short.
Okay, those are some cool swords.
Yeah.
This is kind of giving me like a Madoka vibe.
vibe. Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Absolutely
this
gorgeous.
Is amazing. Menacing. Lunarian sunspots.
Okay. Oh, dang.
He's like, I take this seriously. Whoa! All right. Let's start off with some action.
Yeah.
Whoa! The sound design.
Okay.
From Heliodor's capture.
Oh, so they like harvest them?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Oh.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay.
Okay, some good little exposition backstory here.
So Phos put him at a loss?
Haha. Oh.
Holy crap.
They lost.
Yeah.
Oh. 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 Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Master Adamant. Yeah, kinda.
Although the way he speaks, like, normally I would think that it was something of like, oh, I just am wanting to keep her down.
Oh. Oh, dang.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Hence the present and the future, you know.
Preservation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a trick. Ah! Oh! Oh no. No. Yep. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay. Like legit scientific, like, composition of these minerals. Whoa. Share your wisdom. Cinnabar. Okay. Master Scholar. Oh. I love the little mannerisms and everything.
Yep.
It's so good.
The voice acting is also very good.
Yes. It's like that's that's what Phos keeps bumping into. Oh,
really? Gotcha.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, they're on an island.
Sure. Uh-huh. Oh.
Yay. Memories held within the pieces. Oh, dang, Jacob. This show is going to get deep. This show is going to get real deep really quickly.
Yeah, I get the feeling.
Ah! Oh. Now, why is Cinnabar poisoned, though? Hmm. There's a lot of mystery being, like, just kind of peppered in here. Huh! To have time alone. Away from you all, probably. What's on that rock? It was like blue and... Yeah, that. Huh. I have some theories already.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, man. Holy crap.
Oh, my God. Run like hell! Run like hell! Unlimited liquid works. Holy crap. This is bad. This is really bad. Oh! Whoa! Jeez! What the heck?
Okay.
Oh my God. And you were touched by the poison.
Yeah, just a little
Phos.
bit. Just
No,
a little bit.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. Ugh. Wow.
Oh.
Jeez.
Okay.
How would you know if you'd forgotten anything? Wow. Whoa, that's a good line.
Okay.
Holy crap.
I really like this track.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. Wow.
She's the diamond.
I think so.
Hardness 10 or whatever.
Hello. Yeah. Saw that coming.
Basically, yep.
Yep.
Wow. And yet she had to save you.
Jeez. Okay. I paid my debt, you know. Hey.
Awesome. Wow.
Okay. Booka. Was something written on it? Oh. Wow.
Oh, gloves so she doesn't poison things.
Okay. Wow.
All right. This is a gorgeous ending.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
It's also one of the slowest in terms of
Yeah.
the... Okay, it's picking up. Wow.
Well, that was something. That was really something. Huh. That is certainly a start to a series.
That is a fantastic start. Okay. It is something that has thrown us into this magnificently gorgeous world.
Right, this almost lustrous land, yeah.
Yeah, with a lot of confusing, I would say, foundational elements getting introduced to us.
Yeah, there's a lot of mysterious aspects to this world. There's the whole idea of the Lunarians and that stuff.
And they call them sunspots. So I'm assuming the sunspot is actually the portals or whatever that they're entering this world through.
But then in that case, where are they exactly? They're on the island, and but then there's other stuff. There's only 28 of them.
Yeah.
There's the whole poison thing. There's the whole fact that they're harvested by the Lunarians. There's this mysterious Master Adamant who has a really deep voice and, quite frankly, is like #1 candidate for super mega ultra villain.
Right. One of the immediate questions that this whole thing brings up is, why are we here?
Right.
Why do these things exist? Why do they have sentience?
Yep.
Why are they fighting these specific sunspot?
Why are they
Lunarians?
Essentially immortal? Like, is that just an aspect of them being gems, or what? Why are there only 28 of them? Did Master Adamant create them? What's going on there? And if that's the case, then are they just short-lived, or was there a generation before them that were outlived their usefulness? Because they brought up the whole idea of being able to lose memories, and once you get into that, and you get into things that are able to be reconstructed like this, then the natural consequence is, is this like the 20,000th iteration?
Yep. And also, the actual most insidious thing of all of this is they don't want the other people, maybe they want the other people to more easily forget what damage they've all sustained, because they put makeup over them when they're injured, basically saying, let's just cover that up.
Right.
I thought that was actually the most creepy thing about this whole story.
Oh, really?
Now, yes, let's think about this here, Jacob. None of these people, these gems are humans.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So why are they being made to look like humans?
Well, sure, and then also Master Adamant, what is he exactly?
I would assume he's one of them. That's the assumption being made, but I'm with you, Jacob, that he doesn't have to.
Given that his name is Adamant, not okay,
he's just a really hard element, adamant.
Well, it could be adamantium or adamant. the adamant, like earth, just in general, stone, just general everything that the adamant, all the stuff that the gems would be harvested from.
Source.
Yeah, basically. So possibly. There's all kinds of stuff that could be there in that whole thing, and generally, whenever you have someone in that kind of a position in a story and they have a really deep voice
with no explanation,
and especially when there's things that aren't known and things that aren't supposed to be known, like the whole idea of there's the fact that he's basically putting a damper on Phos's fire. That was terrible. To basically explore and stuff, and he gave good reasonings for it, actually, of hey, there's important stuff that only you can do and whatnot.
Well, she's not wanting to explore. She's wanting a job.
To fight. Yeah.
She's wanting some kind of useful.
Right. She's wanting excitement and adventure and whatnot. Which totally makes sense. But usually, when you have something like that, that person that tells them no ends up being the bad guy, even when there are other things that could have happened,
or they're a misguided, well-intentioned person that cares more about something other than them.
Right, and that's usually in the best case scenario.
Yes.
And with a name like Adamant, that totally makes sense, of him being basically the one that's stuck in the past, stability, the things that we understand,
or one of the strongest too.
Right, and one of the strongest. Yeah, then it's okay, all right, that makes sense. That's a good personality type that ties into his name. What they will do with him in the story, who knows if they'll stick with that, or what they'll do there.
But the way he punished them for being sloppy, he whipped his hand around and he was so sloppy, he yelled something basically at them.
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
The callousness at which he did that, and the fact that they're immortal, but also contradicted by the fact that actually getting broken
makes
them lose memories.
Potentially, if they lose aspects of themselves, because if they lose actual pieces that aren't recovered,
right?
Yeah.
If they lose pieces of themselves, there's a chance at the very least they will lose some memories. And if they lose too many pieces are separated.
Yep.
They will not be sentient anymore,
right?
Or they'll be just
that,
inert.
For all we know, they could be stolen from the Lunarians, and he basically shattered them and whatever they were before, and then harvested bits so that there was no memory. And then he does this whole thing, and they're his happy little dolls or whatever.
Yeah, this whole thing reeks basically of a huge reversal of perception. So you have
which ties into the whole gem thing. You look through it, and and see lots of different things.
What I see specifically being here for Phos. Phos is a very lovable character in introduction, being kind of the ditz, the goofy, kind of like just bumbling.
Yeah, they really made Phos for us, really.
Right.
Like if you think about it, yeah,
definitely. And having, I would say, a lot of excitement and eagerness about just doing life.
Yes,
I think that's something that fits very well with a younger type personality that is naive.
Sure.
And naivete is something that is one of the most how do we say, evil things for a storyteller to start their main character off with, because it's basically saying is that, oh, this character is going to experience the reality of this world,
and
once it does, it will shatter them.
Right, and you don't have to go that angle. In stories, you can do lots of other things with it too.
But we had some Madoka Magica weird freaking spirit things tear a portal through space-time.
And ambiguous shapes and stuff and attacks and whatnot and battles and things and
and we already have a jaded one who is like tired.
No, we haven't been introduced to the Jade one.
I know. The joke was that but yes, you get it. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
But Cinnabar, who I love that their character being introduced in this mysterious, almost other kind of way.
And first, too. That's something to keep in mind. Like, she was introduced technically before Phos.
Yeah, so okay. What do you think is their immediate kind of direction they're going to take the story with Cinnabar? Because I see a couple things, but
she's the outcast, right? Now that could, anytime you have something that's an outcast in a cloistered society like this, when there's something on the outside that's mysterious and we don't necessarily know what it is, but we're certainly not allowed to find out. She could be the one that basically helps find out, and she ends up pulling Phos along with her on it because Phos is wanting to connect with her and all this stuff, and then stuff happens, and there you go, right?
So basically Cinnabar is basically the introduction to the world via the experience.
I think so, yeah.
And
because Phos really does know nothing, and you would expect her to know a lot more, given that they're immortal.
That's a bit all encompassing.
I mean, okay, maybe it's just that they're
they're useless.
They're okay, sure, yeah, and Phos is useless, and they're in a. I'm probably going to mess up pronouns many times during the course of this show, so bear with me. But Phos isn't allowed to do combat, and Phos isn't good at combat, right?
Right.
And isn't allowed to really train, understandably so, given how fragile Phos is. But then also there's this idea that they're on an island, and if they're on an island, then there's that limited knowledge, right? And hence the whole thing of the encyclopedia, which I thought was a nice touch. I thought that was a nice touch of, okay, let's research, let's find out things about our world. That was something that I didn't expect from a character like Adamant, even though we had seen very little of Adamant so far. Now, granted, it was studying about the world, so I guess that kind of fits into his name.
Yeah, but there was a very clear distinction made when Phos went around interviewing everyone about something new. And all of them were like, something new? Wait, like, we know about everything. They basically had this cloistered effect where it's like, but we know about everything, so there's nothing to really encyclopedia. So it was basically like Adamant gave Phos a useless job because there is nothing to catalog that they haven't already explored yet.
And anytime you have someone, you basically give someone a useless job in a story, you have a character that does that, it can either be because it's just to keep them busy. Like in this situation, it could just be to keep Phos out of the way, right?
Sure.
Because Phos tends to cause trouble because of the personality, right?
And that kind of makes sense.
And that could totally work. The other aspect of it could be that Adamant is afraid of something about Phos and hence wants to basically keep the genie in the bottle, right?
Oh, okay.
That's it. That is a possible thing that they could do, right? Doesn't have to be the case, but it could be, because Adamant seems to at least give Phos more care than the other ones, right? When Phos was shattered, Adamant was like, oh, that was my bad, you know. This just goes to show how weak you are. And that was the other thing. Adamant telling Phos about, oh, you're weak. That's another thing that is the reinforcement of the negative when it might actually be the reverse of that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, I like that they've already shown a bunch of them getting shattered, broken, and having pieces fall off and stuff so casually.
Yes.
Because I get the feeling that this show is going to have a lot more of that. And when I say a lot more, I mean a lot more of that.
Yep.
The idea that there is a constant impending danger from some outside unknown force gives me some very Attack on Titan vibes as well. And when they started talking about the shoreline and patrolling it, and they didn't say this shoreline, that shoreline. They're talking about the shoreline. That draws me into the whole, this is an island.
Yeah, and doing your rounds on the shoreline. Like
right. And then basically forming the equivalent of Attack on Titan's walls. You know,
right, even though these things come through portals in the sky, so why are they worried about the shoreline? Shouldn't they be able to attack from literally anywhere?
Well, they should. But that's the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing. I think... This is a weird kind of thing to bring up here.
Let's do it.
But I get the vibe that they're in a very, very, very small celestial body right now.
That's what I got the feeling of too.
In that it's not necessarily, you know, about where they're attacking from, because it's so easy to get around everywhere.
Right. Well, and the fact that they talk about the portals as being sunspots, that makes me think that they're on the sun. Which would just be weird. Which would just be weird. But then, like, okay, the Lunarians. Well, are they the Lunarians? You say that they're sunspots and whatnot, and granted there are two moons, but like, what if they're on, like, okay, well, no, because they showed the two moons from the perspective of when they were with Cinnabar. So it's not like they're on the mini smaller moon unless they're on like another smaller moon.
That would make sense, actually.
That could be.
That would make sense, yeah.
But then. Okay, so then the coast is just they're on the one landmass on the small moon, or the only, you know, assumed landmass on this moon.
Sure. Another thing that's very interesting to bring up here is that there's a number of them here.
Yep.
Right?
28.
Right. Which means, you know, I'm just saying 28 is more than one. So I'm going to bring up the whole idea of the chicken and the egg. If they're immortal, that means at some point they moved here. They were put here. They, at the very least, did not start here. I'm going to posit that. Or at least one of them didn't. Now, they know a lot about how to utilize the gem nature of each of them, right? They have a doctor specifically there for helping with this kind of thing. So it's like, okay, that's good. That's fantastic.
They could have come from Adamant, but...
Now, that's the other thing. If they came from Adamant, that means that there was that rock formation that I noticed when they showed the side that was near the water.
With the different colors and stuff.
Different colors on it. So I'm thinking, okay, so maybe there's a mineral deposit,
and that's where they came from, kind of a thing.
Right. So this land is just filled with mineral deposits, and he's got some people doing that kind of stuff there. But then I'm like, are any of them miners?
Yeah, so that's a great point.
If they are,
maybe Adamant
and we don't see them anytime soon. Like, I mean, I'm saying if we don't see any miners anytime soon, I'm gonna have a few questions here. Right. Because my next question is that means Adamant is not from here. That's just it. Well, if he's not making them here.
Well, he might make them here.
I'm just assuming. I'm making a couple assumptions here to point to see if certain logical things pop up.
Sure.
If Adamant made them here. Adamant himself probably did not do all the making process. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't think that is something that makes 100% sense, because these gems are so useful as workers, as people that can do things. Why don't they collect basically minerals potentially to make more of them, right?
Well, that could be part of like just keeping it like the power aspect, but yeah.
Sure. So if we don't see any gatherers for the minerals or miners or anything like that, cool. That, I think, in my opinion, throws out the thing that they were made here by anyone that we've been presented
other than
to.
Adamant.
Because
we haven't seen his powers yet, really, so we don't know what he could do. Like,
we saw something. He did a gust of wind with just his strength of his arm, probably.
Yeah.
So there's that. But then there's the other thing that if they weren't made here, that means they were made somewhere else. Okay. That's just
right.
If they weren't made here, they were made somewhere else.
Right now, we have two locations. We have the place, like
the 2 moons,
and then the 2 moons, and then potentially anything beyond the sea, if they wanted to do that. But that doesn't seem to, like, it's kind of a focus since they've brought up the idea that it is an island. But that might also be just to be like, okay, there's only 28 characters, and you know the world in this sense is small, right?
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so,
and I think it's intentionally being put up to be, it's intentionally being made to start that way.
Sure.
I think the world is going to get a bit bigger. I think the world is going to get a little bit more complicated.
Sure.
This show reeks of the, like, things are coming for our characters.
Oh, yeah.
We're setting the foundation.
Quite literally.
Yeah. And,
yeah.
Basically, the minute that portal thing opened up, I was like, oh, this is one of those shows. Okay.
Okay. So,
how do you like the overall production and stuff like that?
Oh, this is gorgeous.
This is really cool, right?
That opening shot with the grass was like, oh my!
But also the little fidgety character animation.
Yes, those are amazing. I'm so glad they have those, because they could have very easily. I mean, come on. We know how bad CG can get in anime. I'm so glad they have all those little physical bits of expression tied with the voice acting that makes these characters really feel like people.
They really come to life, like
no
almost
pun intended.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely pun intended for sure. The music was actually quite subdued in this episode, except for the very beginning with the fighting and stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying the music was bad. I'm saying that the music went through 2 stages. In the beginning, there was a lot of energy and panic and stuff with regards to them getting attacked and stuff. But then there's a lot of time of them. We're gonna move everything to the background, like a lot, and focus on these characters and their dialogue. And then immediately, when Phos just looks up and boom, there they are.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, that was good.
The whole idea of an unknown enemy,
right? There's so much mystery
mystery, yeah.
Doubled on top of the fact that all of the stuff that we have seen thus far is stuff that should not regularly exist. So then it's just, okay, cool. We've had some of the stuff explained, a whole bunch of the stuff not explained,
right? But
we know that there's more out there. What are they going to do with it? Like, it's all just a whole bunch of potential at this point, because I mean, they can do whatever they want. Like, there are so many different kinds of stories this could turn into. If I were to think about, like, just general categories of, like, the kinds of stories, like we mentioned Madoka Magica, and, you know, there's other things that they could do as well. And I just have to see, and I'm excited to see.
They had a little transition card that was specifically giving the properties of phospholite, which they gave, like, the chemistry composition and everything like that. I'm like, wait a minute, is this show going to actually benefit people that have that kind of knowledge? Like, if you have the knowledge of what these minerals, gems, or what have you are, like you go, oh, that's a that, oh, that's a that. That's going to give you some kind of benefit. Because
I recognized one in this episode.
The diamond.
Yeah, Dia. It's like, oh, okay. Thank you for making that simple for us.
Because I'm actually curious if phospholite is either a joke gem in that it has no function, it's just pretty, or if it actually does have a unique function, and those people that know what phosphophylite is are like, oh,
yeah. Well,
you know?
and also the whole thing with Cinnabar, like, okay, so poison comes out of her. Is that how is that related to the actual gem? Like, assuming that this isn't some made up gem, I
don't know.
Not.
I'm really curious about that. Because that seems to be something where this gem has fought a lot and is really tired of it. It's kind of the permanent guardian on, like, you know, guard duty.
But also exiled because they don't really want it to fight, because they have her patrol at night when there's nothing that comes out at night.
So I have so many questions. And the thing is, I don't think any of my theories lead to, like, things that are, like, even close to definite. Like, a lot of my guesses are similar things to what you do, where it's like, oh, Adamant gives you that vibe of that specific type of character, or the
trying to smell out stuff.
Yeah, the Lunarians coming in gives you this vibe of the Madoka Magica stuff, and then it's like, okay, do all these vibes have some pattern that they connect to? I guess we'll see. Yeah. Other really cool kind of just general thing was, I would say, how smooth the character animation was. Like, I would say this is something that is really startling. Was it took me about 7 to 10 seconds to adjust my eyes to kind of what I was seeing there, to how everything worked and stuff. But once I was in, and I was never pulled out. That is good stuff. That is good stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know jack about 3D animation compared to, like, anyone that knows even the slightest bit. So I'm just like, well done. Land of the Lustrous. Y'all worked on this. Ditto. Good job.
Something else that was very smooth was how they did the exposition. Because if you think about how much stuff in this episode we were introduced to that is, you know, non-traditional, right?
World building.
World building type stuff. Because there's very few things that are basically anchors to our own world and the way things work. So, you know, with them being gems and all that stuff, and how that works, and the fact that they can shatter, and memories, and being repaired, and
they have different hardness levels.
And everything, and then the Lunarians, and the portals, and the stuff, and the poison, and the all of that. It didn't feel like I was really at a loss for any important information. Like, there were mysteries, but I didn't feel like I needed to know those things right now. And then the things that I felt like would have been important to know, and that they were wanting me to get to know, they communicated in a very simple way that was to the point, with contextual stuff like surrounding it, that made me interested in hearing about it, right?
Yeah. The part of Adamant walking really quickly and Phos trying to keep up and just kind of hearing the exposition there was the only part where I feel like the episode kind of lagged on a little bit. But Phos's personality and the voice acting for Phos,
great,
just kills it. It's just perfect.
Yeah.
I love the character on a potential level and on an immediate level of what we're getting. All the little, like, mumbling little like, you know, murmurs and stuff like that.
Phos likable.
It's very likable. The other characters, we had Heliodor, who was the yellow that had been harvested.
And by the way, that whole aspect is like props, because that's like, okay, there's some stakes here.
Like, you could watch this show casually and just kind of gloss over that, I think. Like, they only bring it up twice. And it was something where we immediately zeroed in on it, like,
well, right, because then they had the other two that went to fight, and it's like, if we didn't have Madoka Magica vibes already, then we certainly do now. Because, you know, it's like, oh, we're going to fight. It's going to be great. This will be fine. Then let's cut to the mangled bodies as they've been shattered and are being taken away by the enemy. It's like, oh, okay.
And, that's the other thing. Adamant dusted the Lunarians. It's Thanos style. Like, he just went woof, and they went whoosh. They just dusted.
Right, and like, there was a part of me that was wondering whether that was like a banishment or like just he disintegrated them. Like,
I think he has alchemist extremist like powers. And which he is definitely the creator of them.
Which makes sense if he's the creator of them.
Because they have some kind of matter, basically, unless they are light-based beings.
Well, they kind of are. Because there was that was the other thing. There was the whole thing of the sun causing them to function better, which like makes sense from a style standpoint, given that they are gems, right? So the light going into them, okay, cool,
sure,
you know. But then there was the whole thing of like the stuff inside them that makes them able to patch back up together. It's like, okay, cool, all right,
the little micro whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But then with just everything about Adamant, like he's so overwhelmingly different to how they are, because like if you think about it, okay, gems shatter, right? But they can be put back together, whereas Adamant, he doesn't look like the shatter type. He doesn't.
He also has a billowing cloak, which is sorry, that just screams big bad evil guy.
Oh yeah, the billowing cloak, and
they all have the school uniforms and stuff.
Yeah, and the school uniform, and then the super deep voice. Like when you literally have someone who is towering over all the other characters with a billowing cloak and a super deep voice, and is basically like, I have the secrets to everything, but fear not, because just trust me, it'll be fine. It's like,
sure, buddy.
Yeah, there's no way that And here's the thing. If they ended up doing something where actually, by the end of it, like, he wasn't the big bad evil guy, I would be very impressed.
I would too.
Like because that's something that I like to see, when there's something that is set up to be such an obvious, like, okay, this is what's going to happen, but it ends up not being that. That could be a breath of fresh air for this guy. But, if they do have him just going all Kirei Kotomine, super big bad evil guy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we have a lot of side characters. We have Gosh, who is the silver. We have Morga, who is the pink one. We have Daya, who is basically just kind of there for a split second. There was the blue one, who was kind of like super shy, nervous, who was the roommate next to where Cinnabar would sleep.
And I gotta say,
and then the doctor,
with Daya, they did a really good job of making Daya's hair look like diamond, like of it not just being like, oh, we're going to have it be like white crystally stuff, but then also having like all the different colors that like go in when light refracts into a diamond. So that was really cool.
It was legit. So if anything, this show is gorgeous. It's mysterious. It's ominous.
Right.
And it's something that has that kind of hopeful, cheery naivete in its protagonist. That is basically telling us, okay, we're going to do this one of two ways.
Right.
This hopeful, cheery naivete protagonist will show them all the power of believing in yourself.
Or it won't. Yeah.
And if it doesn't do the first one, oh boy.
Right.
Oh boy, are you ready for sadness?
Well, one of the things that I think about with the show, right? Like, okay, let's say Adamant ends up being the big bad evil guy, right? They can shatter and be put back together. Cool. What if he just hand smashes one of them, like, into a billion tiny little pieces, and then does his gust of wind thing, and just... They just go away.
We're but dust in the wind.
Right. And it's just like, that person's gone. Like, that's... You're never going to be able to find all the pieces and bring them back, and and then it just goes into the ocean, and that would be like I could imagine that kind of scene with like a thunderstorm up above, or like rain and everything, and
or to make it even a little bit darker, you have Morga basically landing on Phos and be like, Phos, I don't feel so good, Phos,
and then that would work.
I'm just saying, I am questioning reality with this show.
Yeah.
It's something that immediately makes you do that whenever you have warping interdimensional kind of somethings coming and attacking.
I really love their introduction for Cinnabar, though, and what they did for her, because they're Cinnabar, or him. Yeah, they've been using him.
Gems,
Yeah. Because there was the solemn sadness that was at the beginning, but then when they went into the whole reasonings behind it and stuff, it was like, that sucks. That really sucks. And the idea that Cinnabar was just waiting there for the Lunarians to just harvest, right?
Take me.
Right, take me. But then they wouldn't even do that. It's like, wow, that's rough. Like that line
in a lot of ways, Cinnabar also couldn't stop from fighting, like couldn't keep from fighting. It was almost like a reflex.
Well, right, because she was defending Phos, but then there was the whole idea of, oh, maybe that wasn't what it was, because the pages flipped up and then there was that handprint on Phos's notebook, and it's like, well, if you really just wanted to go, why'd you grab it?
Yep. Okay, there's going to be a lot of existential stuff in here. Not even talking about the whole fact that they're immortal, meaning there's all kinds of mental problems they could be dealing with as well.
And then the memory thing on top of that.
Yeah, and the memory thing being something where maybe they have to medicate and remove a little piece of them in a while because you know the whole Star Wars thing, the whole droid that's lived too long and they need to do regular memory wipes. Yeah, calling it. That's definitely going to be a plot point in the future in this show. All right, y'all. This is a fantastic start to a gorgeous 3D, fully 3D anime.
I am very excited to see what they do visually in this series. Like,
me too.
Because even just the little things of like the shards that they would like dump into like the glass or whatever, and the sound of that, it was just
the sound design when they walk, the clink, clink, clink.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good. Can't wait for more. So y'all, if you want to see more, specifically the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories, shows, stuff in general, hang out, talk about whatever. If any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.